So I'm going to start with a column for road numbers. Label for the road number. It's important to never put a space in a name for a column in SQL. So that everything matches, I'm doing the same here on the website. But this is the visible part that the user will see, so I'm going to actually write that in a more conventional English way. So we close the label here, because that's what all that is. That's not actually where the data goes in. This is where the data goes in. Input type. So it'll be an integer value, because it's a road number. Road numbers are never anything else. Although actually, this would probably be better off being a varchar, now that I'm thinking about it. Because it might not like it when a checksum is put in. So for example, road number 363,001-1 might be interpreted as 363,001-1. We don't want to do that. So we'll do that as varchar. So ID, road number. So ID identifies the column in the database, and the name road number is for this field. This is also going to be a required field because there's no sense in doing a train spotting uploader without the number. So we close the division. And now I'm going to do a shortcut. I'm going to copy and paste this. And here we're going to put in the reporting marks. And that will also be varchar. I'll explain why in a second here. Now varchar, to explain for the uninitiated, indicates as a data type letters or numbers. Now you wouldn't have numbers in reporting marks, but for example, you would have something like for Mohawk, Adirondack, and Northern, M, A, and N. You wouldn't have MAN, because that's probably some other railway somewhere in the world. So you want to have the AND available to you. The point is that varchar will give you other characters as well as letters and numbers. So I was kind of oversimplifying earlier. It's letters, numbers, and other symbols. Now you could say, well, next thing to put in would be the manufacturer of the locomotive. I think putting in a location field is probably better. Personal opinion. Because in traditional train spotting, you also say where you spotted it. So, location. Again, we're copying and pasting here, and correcting accordingly. This is obviously going to be varchar. I guess that's a required field to reinforce the whole point of this. And what would be the next one? I could put in a non-required field for date. We'll get rid of that required tag, though. Somebody might forget what date it was. And I just don't want to be too much of an extremist with it. But that input type date. Date spotted, let's say. And here I can put in a placeholder. This will appear in gray in the field if you don't put anything in it. But I'm going to just for style's sake. This also explains what format the date should be in so that the person uploading the data isn't confused. So next, I will actually put in the manufacturer. Again, this will be a non-required field, because somebody might not know. They're new to the hobby. Or if it's a relatively rare piece of equipment. Now, of course, if this were being done for release, I would also add a photo upload feature. And usually that would involve some kind of third-party API, just to make it easier. I'm keeping this very, very simple. The photos would also not generally be stored in the SQL database. The database would have a ID number which would reference the photo, or it could rely on a file path, and the photo would be in a separate directory on the server. Anyway, manufacturer, that's in now. And model, or class. I don't want to say class here because in programming that can mean a class from object-oriented programming. In any case, I'm running out of time here, so I'll see you in the next video.